good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whichever part of the world you are tuned in from. You're most definitely watching a 3T TV, which is Thika's #1 online news channel, where we are telling the Thika story as it is. Today we have a wonderful session lined up for you. When we talk about cottage industries, this is exactly what we mean. We are going to have a conversation with a lady who is manufacturing, so to speak, soaps and oils, and she's doing it at her own backyard using organic products. We're going to find out more about how she goes about her business and the benefit of using these particular soaps and oils. We hope that by the end of this segment you will have learned a thing or two, and if you haven't subscribed to this wonderful channel, we will have given you a good reason enough to. So let us dive right into it. How are you doing?
I'm well.
Thank you for hosting us at your backyard.
And thank you for accepting my invite.
Let's start with an introduction before we even go to these products that you have displayed here. Please tell us your name and what it is that you do.
My name is Judy Wanjiro. I make organic products, basically skin products, that is soaps, oils, hair oils, and I also give consultation for what you take, what you consume, and how to consume and how to use the products.
So you've mentioned organic.
Yes.
Na kila mtu huko nje anatuambia they are making organic stuff.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
Where do you source your products from?
I source them from one, farmers, and two, I go to the market and get the products that I want.
The raw materials.
The raw materials,
so to speak.
Yes.
So we can be assured that it's purely organic.
It is purely organic. I have no fear when I say it's purely organic.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great. Now, there's a display here that I can see has an array of products.
Yes.
Please take us through these products.
Okay. We'll start with the coffee, because coffee was the first soap that I made in quantity, and it's because people like coffee soap. Reason being, it exfoliates, it smoothens your skin. Those ladies who have cellulites, tushimo uko, when you use this one, inasaidia kubalance, kutone up the skin. So that's why most people prefer coffee soap. What I've noticed with the soaps that I make, within 2 weeks, if you have acne, inaanza ku shed off, inaanza ku clear, but haitakuwa tini instant. But if you're using the soap and you're not consuming the right thing, juu itakauka, and then with time, because of what you've consumed, by the time skin inakuwa clear, then unaona imeanza kutoa mavidonda. It's because of what you're consuming, especially mafuta, the bad oils, zenye ziko kwa fries. So acne, what you consume is what comes out. And I've noted when you consume something, let's say you've consumed margarine, from the stomach it will digest and all that, it goes to the body. It takes about 4 days before you start noticing there's a difference. You will feel like your heart is not pumping well. It's because of that fat, which is not recommended for the body. So instead of doing that margarine, do like avocado oil, which is very good. It's also good in moisturizing because of the oils that I've used, original organic oils. Yeah.
Original organic.
Yes, organic. Okay. And then now here we have chia seed oil. Chia seed comes from a plant. So what I've used is the oil. The seeds are pressed, so they produce the oil. The oil has omega-3, which is very helpful for the skin and also in consumption. So anything I use on my soap, it has to be consumed. It's consumable, so that's why I use it. I don't use any chemicals. So this one is good for relieving dry skin, moisturizing the skin, giving you a balanced skin tone. Yes. And then we have rice. This is rose water. It's also good for the skin. We have coconut, macadamia, green tea for balancing the skin tone. And then we have things for the lips.
Lip balms.
The lip balms. So we have the balm with the color. We have the balm for the dry lips. It's also very nice for moisturizing. And we have the stick one and the one for applying using the fingers.
And this, you're saying you made it here by yourself?
Yes.
Organic?
Yes, organic.
Wow.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
This is a mascara. For those people who use colored mascara, it's good, but at times we would prefer using the clear one, and especially if your lashes don't grow. This one helps your lashes to grow and they become thick. So the ones who put mascaras, the ones who put lashes, what you do when you're removing, because you've not used the right oil to remove the lashes, you remove your own lashes, because there's a glue that is used to fix the lashes. So when you're removing, if you don't remove using an oil, and I have the oil that you use to remove the makeup, so you just apply the oil and then you give the lashes some time, you just rub and then you remove them nicely without removing your own lashes. But in case you remove your own lashes, at the end of it, you will see, when you look at yourself, you see your lashes are not there. So you can use this one. You apply, you wash your face when you're going to sleep, and then you apply this. Just remove and just brush, and then you close your eyes, the lids, and then you massage. This is very helpful. Within 3 weeks, you'll start noticing the difference. Yes.
And what have you used? What products have you used?
What I've used? I've used castor oil, which is very good for growth, hair growth. I've used linseed oil, which is also very good, and plus other oils.
Okay.
Yes. We have this one. When you take a shower, because you've removed that outer skin and the oil, so your body is dry, you immediately use the body oil. This is a body oil. I've infused with some roses, so that for those people who have very sensitive skin, you just apply this one. You take a dropper, let me show you, dropper like that, and then you put the drops and you massage. You see there's a difference?
A very big difference.
Yes. So it helps with moisturizing. It gives a youthful skin. And then the skin that has cracks, the oils penetrate through the cracks, and then you get that smooth skin. Yes. So I've used rose petals. I've used castor oil. In most of my things I use castor oil because it's a healing oil. And in olden days, people used to use castor oil for consumption, and especially for those ladies who had delayed labor, they used to consume the castor oil, and they would get the contractions and they would give birth. So these oils that I'm using are were used a long time ago, and they're very helpful to the skin. Then this one is coconut oil. You can use this oil for your hair. If your hair is weak, you can use it on your skin. You can consume it. It boosts immunity. It's very good for immunity boosting. It increases the metabolism of the body, and it also helps with repairing the skin.
So you can consume it as well?
You can consume and you can cook with it. For those people who have dementia or Alzheimer's, this oil is very good, coconut. You can use it to cook, and it will help with dementia, reducing of dementia. And then we have hair thickening oil. It's a serum for hair. For those who have very weak hair, thinning of the hair, you can use this to make your hair grow and get dark and thin. Yes. And what I've used the castor. I've used some herbs that are very, very helpful for the hair. Yeah. This one. This is an exfoliator. Just like I've used the coffee soap.
Okay.
And I've put the exfoliation granules on top. Instead of when you use, you use this daily for bathing, but once or twice a week, it's recommended that you scrub and exfoliate, because your skin with time ages and there is a dead skin on top. So what happens, you use the scrub. You put just a bit and a bit of water and you rub gently. Don't scrub like you're scrubbing the floor. Gently you scrub the body in a circular motion so that you can help the blood circulate. So you scrub gently, and then after the scrubbing you rinse. After rinsing, that's when you use the oil. Yes.
Okay.
This comes in 4 different flavors. So here we have rose water. Here we have macadamia. There's coffee and there's coconut. But it all depends with what you want, not what I've packaged.
Ile kitu hujataja tu ni mandizi.
Kuna soap ya mandizi.
For real?
Yes. Mandizi kwanza ni mzuri sana, na unaona wenye uenda wanadungwa nini botox.
Yes.
Ndio skin ikae ni kama iko firm. That is what is used.
Yeah,
those people who use hizo za botox kudungwa wanatengenezanga na ndizi. So I also do soap ripe bananas. I mash them and I make my soaps.
Wow.
Yes.
Quite something.
This is coffee eye serum. Huku kusag. Unapaka usiku. Ukioga, because every time you take a shower you have to moisturize. And most of the things you use on your body you cannot use on your face, because your face is very sensitive, and especially around the eyes. So I would normally advise you use this gel for under the eyes. Ndio hata morning ukiamka hauna hiyo dark. Unajua kuna watu wana dark skin kabisa. This will really help, and then it's going to firm your eyes, but you apply at night. And then in the morning you wash off.
Awesome. Great.
And then we have this one. It's Himalayan salt. I've used salt to make soap. And then this is what we soak our feet. When you soak your feet in this, those who complain of joint aches, the soap, the salt, ukisok miguu inavuta hiyo magnesium. So it's very good for that. It's also good for those who have cracks and very rough feet. When you soak like for 15 minutes, and then you use a pumice to scrub in a dead skin. Yes. When you're using the gel, this gel, instead of using your hands, you use this one. This side is what you scoop with, and then you apply gently in your eyes, under your eyes. And then this one, you can use the same one. You scrub your face. Instead of using your hands, use this one. Ukipaka, una rub.
Okay.
Gently, because it has some rough side. It's not very rough. You can use it on your face. Na kama utaki kusugua na hii, you can also use this side. So you massage, and then you wash it off. You can either sleep with this until morning, or if you prefer, because some people don't like the scent of coffee, so you let it stay for 15 minutes, and then after 15 minutes you can wash it off. Yes.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. There's this as well.
So for this hand wash, these were the first products that I started making. Before I even started doing the soaps, the hard soaps, I used to make hand wash. This, I get the raw materials from Nairobi, and then I learned it through internet.
YouTube University.
Yes, that's where I learned it. So I do hand soap. It's very moisturizing. Unajua kuna watu wengine wanauza soap, ukimaliza kuoga unasikia hiyo mikono iko dry. With this you don't get dry. Yes, you don't get dry. And then there is the bleach. You use it to wash your dishes. Those who have stained vikombe, utensils, you can soak this overnight. In the morning ukiamka rinse off tu, vikombe zitakuwa white. And then you can use it for the floor, house floor. You can soak clothes, white ones, especially towels, overnight, and then you wash in the morning. Yes, you can clean your toilet with it. Yes, it works like wonders. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is body butter. I've made it using shea butter, coconut, macadamia oil, grapeseed oil, all organic. You use this after you take a shower. And even when you're outside and you feel like your skin is dry, you apply this.
It smells wonderful.
It does?
Yeah.
I think
Edible.
It's because, yes. In fact, most kids, when they visit and find this, I have to stop them from taking, because they think it's something edible. But once you use organic things, when a kid comes and licks, you're not scared.
Yeah.
Because this is something that you can consume. Though you're not advised to consume, but it's something that you or anyone else can consume, because there's no chemical in it. And then this one, this is very useful for those people who have old looking skin. Either it's because you don't consume water. You know you're supposed to take 8 glasses a day. There are those who don't take water, and that is why you look oldish. You consume water and then you apply this. This makes your skin very, very youthful, radiant, and moisturized. Yes.
Awesome.
And even for those, if you get like a wound, you apply aloe vera, you clean it off after a while, and then you apply this, so that your skin does not get cracked. You use this.
And it's all organic.
It is all organic.
That is great.
Yeah.
Then now I'd like you to take us through the process of how you go about to... I think today, which soap are we going to make?
Today we are going to make coffee soap. Why I decided to make coffee soap today is because coffee soap is my best seller. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, and the answers and the response I've gotten from coffee soap is just awesome. Yes.
Sawa.
Yes.
Then let's go through the process.
Okay. Because I want to do the exfoliating one.
When you say exfoliating, what exactly do you mean?
Exfoliating is removing the dead skin. When you scrub, you remove. That is what is called exfoliating. When the top coat is, the dead cell is removed and the soft one remains. So that is what we call exfoliating.
Now, there's a white substance upper.
So what is here is oatmeal.
Oatmeal?
Yes. Oatmeal is used, it's for digestion. Ni kama uji. Unaona hiyo unga ya uji? But now inakuanga rough. What I've done, I've grind ndio ikuwe smooth, ndio ni mix na soup.
Okay.
So what happens when you use the coffee and the oatmeal, inasaidia hiyo exfoliation. So that's why I've put them together. So,
sasa una mix.
So ni kumix. What I'll do, I have the oils that I use for making my soap. I have coffee, coconut. I have shea butter. I have macadamia oil. I have olive oil. I have castor oil. Like I have like 10 types of oils. So what I do, I mix this and this together and then I blend, because there are some particles for shea butter inside that needs to be mixed up. So I put it together.
Now, okay, from the beginning, hizi oils zimetoka wapi?
I source them locally.
Okay.
So for some, like the coconut oil, I get from Mombasa, Malindi. There's a man who does coconut, na yake imepressiwa bila machine. Hiyo sasa ni ile mafuta iko the best for making soap. Juu ingine yenye imetumiwa kusiaga na machine, it heats up. So kuna vitu very nutritious for the soap zina removiwa by using the machine. But sasa yenye amepress na mikono inakuanga very nutritious for the skin.
So hapa kuna different types of oils umemix up.
10 types. Mpaka chia oil nimemix. So what happens, ndio ikuwe smooth na ichapa na machine. Inaitwa hand blender. You can source this in the supermarket.
Comes in handy, as
yes,
the name suggests.
It does. Kitambo watu walikuwa natumia mikono kutengeneza soap, but ina take so long. But when you use a machine, this one, kupiga, ina work very fast, so it will be a bit noisy. So umeona imebaki small particles. Hizo nitatumia hii kuipiga ndio ikue smooth. So I'll put the coffee. Inanukia sana. Hata unatumia ukioga, mtu you smell the coffee. And especially in the morning when you feel like you're tired, ukioga na coffee soap unasikianga ka difference. So tutaiacha hivyo kwanza. Now what we'll do is, now this is called lye. Lye. Yes, L-Y-E. It's very corrosive. So what we do, without this, you cannot make soap. You have to mix this lye with the oils and water to make soap. Bila hii wezi. It's very corrosive.
So where do you get this from?
This one I get it from Nairobi. I buy it na wholesale in a sack of 25. So then nanipatia longer time. So what I do, I divide into small pieces. Ndio natoa kwa gunia, cause hii kamwagikiwa na maji, a drop inalipuka, kuna chomeka.
Serious?
Yes, it's very corrosive. So muyeka hivi ikuwe safe even for kids. What I do, I use my phone to do the calculations for making soap. I have to know the quantity that I'm going to make. Like now for this mold, I'll have to know how many molds I'll have, how many grams I'll have to use. Ndio zitoshe zote. Niki make excess, hiyo excess itakuwa waste. Ama I'll have to look for another container na maybe haitani suit. So I'll have to get the quantity, exact quantity yenye itatoshea zenye nataka kuweka. For now, I'm not going to use this one, the round one. I want these ones because this is what people prefer. But for these ones, I do for the people who want like gift packs. This is what I use. As in before.
Oh, so you have to unmold,
And mostly men prefer using the coffee soap. Hao ndio wananunua sana.
Hao ndio mashabiki wa coffee soap sana.
Juu wamezoea wakisugua hiyo mwili wanasikia imekuwa safi. Unlike the ladies unajua napenda vitu smooth. So most of them prefer a soft soap. But mtu akikaa unasikia mwili ukioga bado unasikia ni kama haikui safi. Unajua kuna time mtu uoga unasikia hiyo mwili haijakuwa safi. But when you exfoliate, hata wewe mwenyewe ukifanya hivi unasikia that skin is breathing.
So coffee soap is probably your best seller.
It is. It's the best seller. Followed by chia oil soap. Chia oil nayo inasaidia watu wenye wako na skin problems. Like eczema, like psoriasis, acne. They prefer chia.
And you also have to be careful ukitoa kwa mold.
Juu ukikosa kutoa vizuri, unaiharibu. So normally, unakaa kwa mold 4 days.
You need them ready because you said immediately you need to put it in the mold. Isikae sana. Ikikaa
inakauka ikiwa bado kwa container. So hata kuweka itakuwa ngumu.
Kwa hivyo speed also matters. Hesabu nimeona kwa sababu ya calibration.
Yes, you have to.
Speed ya mikono ndio isikae sana.
Ukienda kupika chai usahau sabuni, ukirudi unakutanga ishakauka.
This is your skill, so to speak.
Because I don't do big quantities at a go. I prefer doing small. So I use the small one. Kuna zile kubwa if you're doing a big lot. So that's when you need a bigger one. But sai natumia it. For now it's economical to buy. Na ainisumbui. Nunua tu ka battery. I'd already measured the water. It's the right quantity. So what I'll measure right now is the lye.
So how much water do you need?
This is about a liter. And this one I'll need about 300 grams. So I'll measure this one. And when you place your container like this one, kwa grams, it adds up, showing what quantity, what grammage the container is. So you have to put it back at 0 ndio uweke product yako. So I'll have to put it at 0. When it's at 0 now, I'll put my grams. So I need 300 grams. You ukipitisha quantity, when you're making your soap, it will burn.
So it should be exact.
It should have a pH of 6. So what happens, huwezi eka maji hapa. Ukieka italipuka. So what I'll do, I'll use this one. And put my water. Hii already nilikuwa nishapima. So that's why sijapima tena. Sasa hii inakuwa moto. And then ukikuwa place closed, when you inhale, you cough because it's choking. So mostly muifanyia nje.
Na inatoa moshi.
Inatoa moto. Sasa hii it's very very hot. Very hot. Sasa hii ukieka ikiwa extremely hot hapa, mafuta itachomeka. So you'll not get your soap. Itakuwa kama gel, which is not it's not going to work on your soaps. So tutakaa mpaka idissolve.
Okay.
Why I decided to start making soaps, kitambo nikiwa mdogo nikioga na sabuni, nasikia hiyo sabuni inafanya skin yangu inakuwa dry. So I was wondering ni nini mtu anaweza fanya soap ikuwe smooth. So nilikuwa sasa nimeanza kujua mambo ya internet. So nikafungua internet, nikasema acha ni learn. So hapo ndio nilijua how to make soap. Pole pole nikaanza na soap. My first soap I remember I was given olive oil by a friend. Nikajiuliza hiyo olive oil nitaimaliza. So I thought wacha nifanye kasabuni kamoja nione ama itafanya. The first time I made soap ilichomeka yote. Nikaanza kujiuliza where did I go wrong? But it's because I didn't know how to calculate. Nijue what quantity to use for the lye, maji itatoshana aje, mafuta itatoshana aje. And every oil inakuanga na calculation yake. Kama ni olive ina calculation yake. Kama ni coconut ina yake. So if you do a calculation for coconut na ni olive, itachomeka. So hapo ndio sasa nilianza kujua how to go about making the soap, kujua quantity ni gani, kujua gram ya soap ni gani, ya mafuta ni gani. So hapo ndio nilijulia. Sasa naona coffee imefanya ikuwe dark. So that's why we let it sit for a while. Ndio at least ipate coffee itoke hiyo nini. So we'll put here pole pole. You'll notice itaanza kufukua ngumu. Hapa chini itaanza kutane. By the time nifike hapa nijue kutengeneza soap, nime waste mob nyingi. Una waste, unatupa. Sasa tukishika hii nini utasikia it's quite hot. There's something called gelling. Iko supposed kugel vizuri equally. But ikiwa hot zaidi inachoma soap, so soap haitakuwa soap. Itakuwa mushy. So out of this I'm supposed to get 32 soaps.
Okay.
So ukitumia hii soap una balance tone yako kabisa.
Okay.
And then kitu watu hawajai realize, ukitumia vitu original, organic, si kama chemical, utapata what you wanted in 2 days ama 3 days. It takes almost a month ndio upate ile answer ulikuwa unataka. Kama ni skin tone, even skin tone, after a month. Si ati ukipaka leo unangoja ati after a week ukue tone yako isha balance. Hapana, it has to take its time.
So the first soap that you made, you used olive oil.
Yes.
And there's another one that you used peels.
Yes.
Tell us about that one.
That one, the one that I use peels is orange soap. What happens when you consume the orange, instead of throwing away the peel, you dry it under the sun.
Machungwa.
Machungwa.
The peels now.
Yes. You dry them under the sun. When they dry, I grind them into a powder. And then just the way I've used coffee, now I put it in the oils and then I blend. Yes. So now this will stay for a month.
Kuna vijana wengi huko nje wanatafuta ajira. They're looking for jobs and you know, they're looking for a way to make a livelihood. And we have seen that you're doing this using raw materials that are sourced locally. Is this venture worth getting into?
It is worth. One, because you'll not, it's something that you do because you want to do it. It's something that comes from inside. You are not forced. What happens, instead of getting to do something that will consume a lot of your time, look for something that flows in you. Because a venture like this is something that I felt I really wanted to do. So wenye wanaenda kusema hawana kazi ziko. And especially if you sit down and think of something you feel ukifanya it excites you, go for it. Don't stop. Hata kama utapatana na challenges, because challenges have to be there. Keep going a day at a time. And every time when you're starting something, there are so many challenges, so many. You don't know where to source for material. You don't know how you're going to market yourself. You don't know how or who you're going to approach for help. But if you start today, you go talk to someone, anakuadvise do this, ama anakuadvise anakuambia go see someone. That is a step, a day at a time. So I'd advise people, whatever you feel like you want to do, go ahead. Maybe that is what God has planned for you. Yes.
Amen for that. Now, who are your major clientele base?
One, men.
You don't say?
Yes.
Sabuni
na wanaume, especially my coffee soap. They love my soap. One, because they say it exfoliates the skin well. When they use the soap, it scratches their skin. I think they prefer the roughness in the soap, and then it makes their bodies smooth. Secondly, there are those who come asking for advice, either because probably their children have skin disease, especially like eczema. When they come and I give them advice on how to use my soaps, then I tell them the process, and eventually the skin heals. So we have mothers who have young children. We have young ladies who definitely want to look youthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are my clients.
So there are times you usually run out of stock.
Yes, I do. But I have learned with time to plan my days. So if I plan and I know probably by next week I'll be having less soaps, I start making them, because a soap like this that I've made stays for a whole month before it can be used. So by the time I unmold this one to be like this, I have to have another set ready. So by the time this goes to there, I'll have another mold, in another soap in the molds. So it's just planning. Yes. But before I wasn't able to plan. But now I know once this is over, I should have something else ready. Yes.
Awesome. Now, Judy, these molds that we have here today, you say that this soap will be ready to use in a month's time.
Yes.
So we have to wait for a whole month.
Yes, we have to wait for a
Now,
month.
as a businessman, as a business person, I think that month might be too long. Is there anything that can be done to hasten the process and ensuring that the quality is still maintained, and then we get to use the soap a shorter period?
Okay, what goes on? There are two processes of making this soap. We have cold process and there's hot process. This is what we call cold process because you're not cooking it, so it's cold. For the hot process, when you make that soap, you can use it immediately. But for me, I prefer cold process because you're able to see how your soap is performing day in, day out. And what I would advise, because it takes a whole month, if one would get more molds and make more soaps instead of hastening, because there are people who hasten the soap, and instead of waiting for a whole month, they do 2 weeks and sell the soap. But what you're doing is you're spoiling people's skin, because they will burn because of the pH of this soap, because it's quite high, because the soap has not taken its process to cure. So what I would advise is you get more molds if you want to have that flow of soap, or you get bigger molds, because there are those molds where you have like a block. You make a block and produce like 500 soaps at a go. But you see, like for me, I'm doing 32 soaps. I have more molds, but I prefer making 32. But with time, because even when I started, I used to make 10, 15. But now I've learned how to make, and I can actually make more. But I love taking that process. But you can do either the block with the box. You make like 500 soaps at a go. That way, you'll be able to produce more, and you'll not disappoint your customers.
Awesome.
Yes.
You're using very technical terms. Cold process, hot process.
Yes.
Then we also saw a lot of mixing of ingredients, some that are corrosive.
Yes.
We saw a lot of calibration. So there's a lot of mathematics,
Yes.
chemistry,
Yes.
biology,
Yes.
all the sciences.
Yes.
Does this mean you have to be good in the sciences so that you get to manufacture such kind of products?
No, you don't have to. What I can tell people, one, every day is a learning day. If you did not perform in school and it's something that excites you, take time to learn. I've taken time to learn how to do things. One, I can sit and do chemistry, and because I have that interest, I want to know, why is this soap burning? Why is it turning into soap? And you're mixing oil and water to make soap. So you learn, and you have to sit down and actually learn. You have to know what quantity you have to mix for oil, what quantity you have to mix for water and lye to make soap, and how many pieces you're going to produce. So every time you sit, you learn. So internet is there to learn. Use your internet, use your books. If you have children in high school, ask questions. Let them also know that learning is a process in life. It's not just in school. Yes.
Now, after all is said and done, you look forward to selling the soaps.
Yes.
Do you have a physical shop? Do you sell in wholesale or retail? If somebody wanted to get the soap, where can they get it?
I've rented a shop in Nairobi. If you visit my Instagram, you'll find the details. I've indicated the details. You can also call, or you can inbox me in the Instagram and Facebook. Yes.
So you sell wholesale or retail?
I do both.
Both.
Yes. I do both. Yes.
We've had a wonderful session. You have quite a lot. I'm sure there's somebody who is watching and would probably like to purchase your products. Where can they find you on social media?
My IG is GISTY Creations Limited. You can contact me from there, or you can call my number, which is 0724 387 888. Yes.
Awesome. GISTY Creations.
Yes, and also on Facebook, the same, GISTY Creations Limited. Yes.
Thank you so much for quite an informative session. We look forward to more and more.
Thank you. It was nice having you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Judy, GISTY Creations, who is doing stuff all organic. Be sure to check her out on Instagram and also Facebook. Remember, you are watching 3T TV, which is Thika's #1 online news channel, where we are telling the Thika story as it is. Until next time, I've been your host, Juliet Modoni. Take care.